In its simplest form, I'll say this: a market impact report is a report that shows how the market has impacted someone's home value over a period of time. And it doesn't have to necessarily say what a home is worth, because if you've been listening to us for a while, you know that the only way to truly determine fair market value is to actually have somebody buy a house. But what we can do is we can look at trends. And our recommendation, the way we like to see them, is you start broad. So the Federal Housing Finance Agency, FHFA.gov, has a house price index. We're not going to go into how to find it, but they do a HPI report every quarter. So you start there with some national information, some state, and maybe some metro area information about what's been trending over the last quarter, the last year.
Welcome back to 10 Tenths, where we coach agents into high-performing businesses that fuel their lives. We're excited to have you back with us today. I got Matt with us. We've got a nice, maybe a short one for you today, but super important. So don't be like, oh, it's a shorter episode, there's no value here. This is going to be a good one. This is going to be one you're going to need to pay attention to. And Matt, we're going to talk about free throws today. We're going to talk about those things in your business that are just like, come on, guys, it's right there. It's easy business. And this is something for the experienced agent as well as the brand new agent getting into the business. And we talk about a system that is right there in front of you that allows you to have real estate conversations, allows you to show up as an absolute amazing professional for them. It's market impact reports. And Matt, we're going to talk about it.
Yes, we are. Well, this came up, Garrett, because you and I were talking and you had mentioned what makes a great basketball player, right? What makes Michael Jordan great? What makes everybody great? It's like they would just religiously practice free throws. You know, everybody knows, well, maybe not everybody, but if you're a big basketball fan, you know that free throws are a very, very important part of the game, and that many players who are top in the NBA practice their free throws constantly. And so the question was like, well, what is the free throw of a real estate business? What is the thing that is baseline? If you have it there, it is going to significantly boost your stats. It's going to give you a leg up against everyone else because you're going to get sent to the line at some point, and you can make 1 out of 2. You can miss the first one on a 1 and get 1, or you can just be like, I know that I'm going to drill these 2 and I'm going to make 2 points every time. Oh, then you get the foul outside the 3-point line, and now you get 3, right? And the market impact report, Garrett, is that tool. Market impact reports are the free throws of the real estate industry. It's the early gym. It's that thing that will always keep your business turning even if everything else fails.
Well, and so when we got talking about this, the fun part about it is that, okay, you're an experienced agent. You've got lots of people you've done business with. You have lots of people that are a homeowner, and you have helped them be a homeowner. And you have this opportunity to be able to be their expert after the sale, to show up in their world and give them something that everybody cares about. Everybody wants to know where their home stands. You know, every time a sale sign goes up in your neighborhood, one of our things is, I wonder what they have it on the market for. I wonder what it's selling for. And it's not because we're happy for the homeowner down the street. Like, I hope they make so much money on that house. It's us. We are thinking about us and where do I stand with this house right now? And this is that opportunity to put some really good value right in their hands, some great information so they can go, this is great, Matt. Like, thanks. Yeah. Thanks for providing this for me. But you also said, and as we were talking about, is like the rookie agent, the brand new agent in the business. Like, this is not something that they can go like, oh, I wish I could do those, but I don't even have any sales yet. I don't have anybody that's done business with me. Why in the world do you have to wait for that to do a market impact report? Like, what if you were sitting at the sidelines of your daughter's or son's soccer team, you know, their game, and we're up in the stands and we're having a conversation with somebody up there, and real estate happens to come up, and a day later, 2 days later, you're like, I thought you might enjoy this. After our conversation, I did a little bit of research on your area and your home up there, and here you go. Thought you might like to see this, and present them a market impact report. Whether you do it face to face, whether at the next game you bring it along and you hand it to them and just be like, I've been thinking about you guys since we last spoke. Thought you might like to see this. What if? Like, the opportunities are all around us. And I'll say this, market impact reports, here's one of the things I love about them so much. They hit a couple different things. One is that we are going out of our way to do something nice for them. We're thinking about them. We're providing something that's also a novelty piece. They're not getting these things from anybody else in their real estate world or real estate experts around them. You can pretty much bank on it. They're not getting it. So we have a novelty piece here. We have a utility piece that happens where when we put this in their hands, they're going, oh, that's right. He's a realtor. Not only a realtor, like this is pretty cool. Like this is pretty serious. Like this is not like we're playing, the rookie team here. Like this is professional stuff that I've got in my hands right now. These are these pieces that when you have the opportunities to do something that's novel and also bring something that supports your utility, this is a really important part of building a business and building a referral base where people feel comfortable and confident going, let me introduce you to my real estate agent. It just serves so many people. As a rookie, you can do this.
Oh, absolutely. And let's talk very quickly about what is a market impact report. For some people are like, well, what the heck
this is great, guys. What were we talking about?
This is so cool.
It's like a casserole. It's like a lasagna based casserole. Like you guys, sorry.
It's got layers. It's delicious.
Sorry.
In its simplest form, I'll say this: a market impact report is a report that shows how the market has impacted someone's home value over a period of time. And it doesn't have to necessarily say what a home is worth, because if you've been listening to us for a while, you know that the only way to truly determine fair market value is to actually have somebody buy a house. But what we can do is we can look at trends. And our recommendation, the way we like to see them, is you start broad. So the Federal Housing Finance Agency, FHFA.gov, has a house price index. We're not going to go into how to find it, but they do a HPI report every quarter. So you start there with some national information, some state, and maybe some metro area information about what's been trending over the last quarter, the last year. Then you go into your MLS and you pull some stats for their specific area. And you say, hey, what's been the changes in median sales prices? What's been the change in maybe days on market? Or maybe some other stats that you think you would find, you think are valuable to your job, which a homeowner would find valuable. And then you pull some similar properties that have sold recently in their neighborhood. And that's it. It doesn't have to be any more complicated than that. You can dress it up with cover letters and all these things, because I heard from someone the other day, Garrett, they're like, I always hear it's really simple, but then people just show me these complicated examples. It's like, yes, I know, because people like to dress things up. You don't have to dress it up though. And we're actually working on a tool inside our community for people to just be able to do these so that they can have some repetition. So come join us inside our 10/10ths community, our 11 circle, our inside track. We're going to be putting it all together in there, which is going to be really cool. But you can do this on your own. It's just take those pieces, Garrett, and now you have a market impact report. The opportunity for these things is not necessarily being able to say, look at this pretty thing that I got. It's here's some valuable information. Let's have a conversation about it.
So I want to add real fast, Matt, because the amount of times that I watch somebody that goes like, oh yeah, I've got a market impact report, and they want to show me this big fancy market impact report that most realtors go, I don't know how I'm going to create that and do that. And that just seems like a lot. Here's the crazy thing. That realtor that's so excited to show another realtor, oh yeah, I've got one of those, look what I'm doing. They're not sending it out. More often than not, because they've made it so damn complicated to put together and all the stuff they need to do to make one every single time. Yeah, they have one, but it's totally different if they're actually using it at the rate of, let's say, 2 every single week into their database, into the world that's around them. So I'm a big believer, start really simple. And that's what's cool about what we've created, Matt, with our tool that actually makes it, is we've tried to simplify it down. Matt and I, when we started building it, we were like, how can we take all the excuses off the table? Like all the reasons about why I don't know if I can do this. And I was just showing it actually to an agent that I coach who's a very high-end luxury realtor. And Matt, the first thing she said when she saw it was, it's so clean. Like it looks so nice. Like it's not messy. There's not just stuff all over it. Like it is just a nice, clean report, easy to read, which I love about that.
And the less information you have, like people will get into, well, gosh, I need to tell them what their home is worth, and I should include the Zestimate and the Redfin number and the open door thing, and then maybe I should also then do this and this. It's like you guys are adding way too much stuff, because for most homeowners, they are not thinking about moving right now. Right? They just want to know what's trending, because they read the headlines and stuff and they make assumptions about what's going on with the market, and then they assume that their value is heading in that same direction. And maybe it's true. Your report can validate that with simple amounts of information that help them see the direction. And then they can have an understanding of like, oh, well, our home may have been appreciating over the past few years. If they want to sell, that gets you into a bigger conversation about pricing and strategy, which you can get into. You don't need to spend your time analyzing that right here. And I can hear what people are saying, but Matt, wouldn't that provide more value? Maybe, but at what cost? Because there is a diminishing return that can happen when you start to put a lot of these efforts in there. Because you can put all the time on, I'm going to make sure I'm going to give them the precise CMA every time I do it. Great. How long is it going to take you to do that? How much confidence are you going to want to have in the ability to do that? And then how is that going to slow down your rate of sharing these things to get information that already is valuable without that into the hands of your people, so that they can connect with you and see you as their advisor? Because Garrett, you said two times a week, right? Over the course of a year, that's about 100 market impact reports. And for some people are like, oh my gosh, that's a lot. For some of you, you're like, I've sold over 100 homes in my career. I could easily get 100 of these out the door.
Yep.
And if you're new, you could probably look and say, well, what if I did 2 a month? Oh, that's 24. Yeah, I probably have enough people in my database to do that. This is why it's the free throw of real estate sales, because anybody can do it. And the more you do it, the better you're going to get at it, and the more opportunities you're going to have to do them as well.
Matt, as a rookie agent, and here you kind of kicked it down to like, well, what if I did 2 a month? I look at my neighborhood. Well, what if I took my neighbors around here and just said, you know what? I live in this neighborhood. I'm going to do one for every single neighbor, whether they ask for it or not. Even the ones that I don't know, I'm just going to be like, I live around the corner. I was doing research on the neighborhood and whatnot. I thought you might enjoy this. And I just made it for you.
I do it for myself.
Yeah.
I wanted to do it for you too.
I mean, so in my neighborhood, I've got 50 homes right here, like right here, if I chose to do that, or I could come up with all the reasons about why I haven't sold enough homes and whatnot. I think when we look at the complexity of what people go to with this, we got to be very careful that all the Redfin, all the Zillows, estimates, all that stuff, we're not doing a CMA. Like that's not what we're here for. We're not to be like, your home's value is exactly this right now. We're here to give them, here's all the things that have recently sold. Here's what's happening in the market. Here's what's happening, greater appreciation for our market, the United States. Like, by the way, what Matt and I created, like it just brings all that information together for you. But the thing is that when we start building a CMA, it's too much stuff. They're not looking for this. They're not thinking about selling right now. That is just muddying the waters of like, what am I supposed to be paying attention to here? And the more so you can make it be like, I'm looking at this, and that, and that's it. Very clean. And then if they say, what exactly is my home worth right now if we were to want to sell? All you have to ask is, are you guys thinking about selling? They brought it up. See, they threw it your direction. Now you can just have this nice, are you thinking about selling? And if they go, well, we've been kind of kicking around, what if, and you all of a sudden just go, hold on a second here. I'm going to take this back, or I can leave it with you. I need to do a lot more research, because finding where the marketplace is if you want to sell, learning what your timelines are, what you're willing to do to the house to get it on the market, what you're not willing to do to the house to get on the market, is going to drastically change what this home might be listed as. So if you are thinking about selling, I have some more questions I would love to ask of you. But that's not what a market impact report should be. That's a listing presentation is what we're going down now. And that's why it's so important to keep it nice, simple, high value, very easy to digest. They're brilliant. Brilliant.
It changes the intention, I think, too, Garrett, if you get very complicated into a comparative market analysis, because you're kind of saying to them, I want you to sell your house, because I'm giving you an analysis as if I were going to be helping you sell your house. Whereas a market impact report, I feel, is more informative. Now, you mentioned the neighborhood, and here's the cool thing too. If you do a market impact report for your own home, then ask yourself, what are the similar homes in my neighborhood? Print out the number of copies as there are the number of homes, and you can literally give them the same thing if it is the market impact report and not a comparative market analysis. Now, you may want to change the cover letter to read, Mr. and Mrs. Smith instead of your name on it. But outside of that, you don't have to change anything else. It's like,
By the way,
hey, I thought you might find value, but it has my name on it, but it's really just for you.
Real quick, if you're doing it for yourself, you can skip the cover letter. You can skip all that stuff too.
True, you could. It's always good to practice on yourself.
Isn't this nice? Look at how professional I am. I mean, I even said like Mr. and Mrs. Fry. Like, isn't that nice? It's kind of like, it feels formal. Like, it feels good to me.
Yeah, but like you could literally just reprint it for all the similar homes in your neighborhood that are similar to yours. And now you have better information for yourself, which I think is a beautiful thing. And so, Garrett, it's funny when people say, well, gosh, like what's something I can do to grow my business? A lot of times what people are saying is what can give me instant results? And in real estate, there's nothing really here that can give you instant results unless you're willing to just hammer the phones and go down those paths, which if you need to, fantastic. We're here to support you and help you turn those things into relationships if you want to do that, because that's going to build sustainability. But if you want something, a tool that's going to help you build sustainability from day one, and that's actually easy to do. Like once you get in the habit of doing these things, Garrett, like it's easy. Go ask Michael Jordan how easy it is to make a free throw. Well, when he's practicing every single day, it gets pretty darn easy. If you don't practice it, then every time you go to the line, it is tough. So the more you do it, the easier it gets. And these things they can churn them out, baby. 100%. Love the market impact report.
There again, so valuable. So I want to encourage all of you out there. One is that if you need help, like if you're like, I am so lost, there are resources out here for you. We are going to have this built into our community. That's our goal with it. So you can actually come in there and use it and make your reports. But if you do have them in your hand, one, create something nice and simple, and then don't overthink who would find this valuable. If you find someone who's a homeowner, I guarantee you somewhere in the back of their head, their brain is kind of curious about where their home stands in the marketplace right now. My wife ran into me last night because we got offered a refinance, and it stated on there, based on this refinance, we're valuing your home at X amount of money. The look on her face where she's like, they think our home was worth that much. Was an interesting thing, but it was also a moment where she all of a sudden went like, oh, our home potentially is in this range of price here that I never thought this home would be in. That's interesting to see it actually in type, to see like what's happening there. And that's for a lot of people, that moment. And again, we tell people, Matt, don't get into saying your home is worth this in the market impact reports. Please don't do that. But to have the comps where we can go, that one over there sold for this, that one over here sold for this, that one sold for this, we'll probably understand the range that we're in. That's what a lot of people would like to see. That's the information that they would like to have. And be the provider of information. The giver of information attracts people back. If you are the giver of information and you have value, people move towards value. It's been proven forever. So be more valuable to people. They will naturally move towards you, and they will naturally ask for your expertise when they see you as an expert. There you go, guys.
One other huge bonus I want to add on to this, Garrett, is yesterday in our group coaching, we were talking about pricing. A lot of conversations about, hey, what questions do we need to ask? How do we help sellers see the things and all these kinds of things? How do we help prevent them from wanting to list too high? All that stuff. I think the market impact report is one of the best tools that if you do it consistently with your people year over year, it's going to be so much easier to have those conversations, because every single year you've had a conversation with them about value, about the trends. And a lot of times if they are your clients, you will get into those conversations of like, well, kind of what's the home worth right now, which it's a bigger conversation. The market impact report introduces the opportunity to have these conversations. And so if you have that, then think like 5 to 10 years down the line of doing these every year for somebody, they want to go sell their house. We're not all of a sudden trying to recap 10 years of appreciation or depreciation or market cycles to come up with what is their home worth today. they've been paying attention to the trends because you've been providing it, which it makes those conversations so much easier. And so not only is this a great tool to stay in front of your people, bring awareness, like you said, Garrett, provide novelty, showcase your utility, but it then also creates an opportunity to have a much better, much easier conversation when it comes to pricing and positioning a home to sell it.
So let's use a real example here real quick, is that, and this is happening right now in the marketplace out here. There's a townhome. If anybody of you know townhomes right now, townhomes are anything with shared walls. Most people are going like, I don't know what to do with these properties right now. Well, this one townhome project, the homes about a year and a half ago were selling for like the $1.3 million range. Currently right now, just one under contract with multiple offers. But to get the multiple offers, they had to reduce. They're currently right now under contract in the high eights. Okay. So you have people in this complex that have bought for 1.3 million, and we have a home that's actually under contract right now for in the high eights, just under 9. Here's the crazy thing. So let's go to the person who bought last year or a year and a half ago at 1.3. They might be paying attention to this listing right now. They might not be. They might just be living their life, doing their thing, going to work, coming home, taking the kids to school, doing their life. And let's say in 2 years, they're like, we want to sell. We're ready to go. This has been a great place for us. Let's put this thing on the market. We bought it for 1.3. We can at least sell it for what we bought it for. Maybe it's even appreciated a little bit. And all of a sudden, they find out at that moment that there's comps in their complex for the 8s. Oh my gosh, we have a problem. We have a massive problem. We were expecting we were going to have money in our pocket to make a move. We've already been looking at homes. We've already been looking across town. And we go, oh my gosh, we're going to be able to make this incredible move. We'll get the kids into a different school district. We're going to be closer to the parents. This is going to be great. And now they're finding out, and they're having the wind taken out of their sails at that moment in time. This is why a lot of people, Matt, don't do the market impact reports. It's because, like, what if I have to give them bad news? What if I have to share something with them and I'm the deliverer of that information? It's okay. I have found more often than not in those types of situations, you're just bringing it to light, but you're also allowing them to come to terms with it when it's not a critical moment for them that they have to come to terms with it. Now they can go, that's a real bummer. Like that is a bummer that thing just sold down there for that. And you can say, you know what? Markets go through fluctuations. Things change. We don't know if it's going to go down even more. We could come up here by the time you guys decide to sell. We don't know. But if you ever need to know, this is where you're at right now. And that's the important thing. You're just grounded. This is what it is right now. And unless you're needing to sell, it doesn't matter that that's for 800,000 right now. We don't know what caused that. We don't know what's going on, but it's not catching them off guard. And this is an opportunity we all miss as professionals to our people out here that's sitting right in our hands because we're afraid to give bad news. Most of us know something's off. We're not seeing maybe the results that we want to be seeing out here. They might find that about some other way, but again, the true professionals have the tough conversations, sit down, share information. And I'd rather be the giver of information rather than when they call me to say, hey, we're ready to list our property. And I'm sitting down with them and going, well, guys, guess what? I know what you said you want to ask for the property, but here's the reality. I don't want to do it then. I'd rather have the conversation over here. So
yeah, we're surprised that those sellers push back. Like, why can't they see it? It's like, because you just told them they're taking a $500 million haircut. Like, that is very, very tough. Gosh, not a place that we want to get into.
Exactly. So with that being said, we've got the tools for you. You guys got the tools. We want to make sure that you're taking these opportunities in front of you right now. That's what Matt and I want to see with you. So if you have any questions about this, come reach out to us. We would love to answer questions. You can reach out through Facebook. If you're one of the agents out there that's like, I have always been trying to do these, but I'm stuck on it, I will throw this out to you. Give me a call. Let's have a talk about it. I'd love to actually just hear what's holding you back and where the hangups are with it, Because if I can spend 10 minutes on the phone with you and give you some solutions and some ideas and you can go off and be successful with it, that would make my day. So I'll put that out to you, all of you. You can find me through Facebook. I'm not hard to find.
That's a great point. I echo that as well, Garrett. And really it's because the reason why we push and share these things is because we believe that your business should fuel your life, not consume it. And doing something like a market impact report regularly is going to help you build a smooth operating business that does fuel your life versus running around going stressed all the time. Gosh, why do people want to list their property so high? Or gosh, how come I'm getting no business? These are the things that can help you build something sustainable that you love to do. So come join us. Stay tuned into the podcast. If this was your first episode, we hope you got some great value out of it. And if you guys did get value out of it, please share it. Send it to somebody else who needs to hear this one. And we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Thanks, everybody. We'll be back.